Okay, so it seems that the after summer fever or whatever it is kind of hit me. My voice is being affected. I'm a little bit sick, but it's nothing severe. You know, it is what it is. My voice is being a little bit affected, like my throat is kind of sore and my nose keeps on running. So I'm not trying to talk too much. I'm, as a matter of fact, trying to take as much rest as I can. But at least, you know, I can record this little audio clip. This video you guys are about to watch is an interview with me and Josue from POKÉSTEAL. And it goes a little bit more in depth as me on my YouTube channel, but me as a person as well. So I hope you guys will enjoy this. If you guys have anything to say regarding this interview, or you may have any questions, you can leave them in the comment section down below. Be sure to follow POKÉSTEAL on Twitter for Pokemon Go updates and such. And yeah, that being said, I hope you guys enjoy. Have a nice day, and I'll see you guys back again soon.
Hi everyone, so thank you for joining our stream this week. This week we have an exciting guest. His name is Reversal YouTube. He has an amazing channel that, you know, he has a lot of great content, especially within the Pokemon Go community. He's constantly providing updates and helpful videos to help trainers, providing tips and information about the game itself with creative and unique content. And honestly, he's one of my favorite YouTubers within the Pokemon Go community space. Having more than over a year in YouTube, the Pokemon Go videos have helped him launch anywhere from his 30,000 subscribers now to 180,000 subscribers. So I'd like for you guys to say welcome to him, and thank you so much for getting on the stream. How are you?
Hey guys, and thank you so much for having me, Josue. I'm not really sure how to pronounce.
It's okay, Josue, that's how it is. But no,
Josue,
that's okay.
Okay, got it.
Got
it. Cool.
How are you?
All right.
So
I'm doing great.
Good. Thank you for taking this time to join us and our audience that is currently watching us from Shindig, and we also have our audience from Facebook Live. So thank you for joining us.
Appreciate having that I got invited. It's honestly very humbling. Doesn't matter how big you got on YouTube or anything like that. It's always really cool that people reach out to actually hear what you have to say. So thanks for that.
Thank you. So, you know, you've been on the community space for YouTube for about a year, and we noticed that when you started, you had anywhere, at least before you started doing Pokemon Go videos, you had about 30,000 subscribers. And now with the launch of Pokemon Go and the videos, it has expanded and boosted your channel now to over 180,000 subscribers. So give us information about that. How do you feel about this? Your channel has exploded. That is crazy.
Okay, so it isn't actually like 30K. It's more like I had 100K when I got started with Pokemon Go. So I built up my community, or my channel, based around Boom Beach and Clash Royale, which are both Supercell games. And that honestly was really great, but after a while I kind of felt there was some need of fresh air. And Pokemon, as nostalgic as it is, I was like, hey, that's something I probably want to get into. So I was like, hey, let's make some videos of that. Started off with a live stream, in fact, and that got 1,500 people watching, and I got a lot of subscribers from that. And I was like, let's just see what happens from here. And now we're actually a full Pokemon Go channel. So yeah.
So, you know, I'll give us at least 5 facts that people don't know about you that you haven't shared on anything on YouTube. Something that people don't know about the real you, other than, you know, if you're creating videos. What do people what something not know about you? Give us 5 facts.
5 facts. I was. Jeez. I don't got any. I didn't finish my school. That's number 1. I didn't finish school. Number 2, I've had over 10 jobs. Number 3, I honestly did not think ever I was gonna make it on YouTube. You know, achievements and everything, they come a long way and you actually get confident, but I had a lot of setbacks where the growth on the channel was just stagnant, where I thought to myself, hey, I want to end up quitting. I ended up not quitting, so I just kept on. That's fact number 3. Fact number 4, for the longest time I never had a smartphone. I only got a smartphone at the end of 2013. That's literally my first ever smartphone. So I was walking around with this thing and everybody was using Ping or WhatsApp, and I never had a smartphone. And fact number 5 is, actually may not look like it, but I really like working out.
Awesome. So, you know, with the 5 facts that you gave us, one of them actually it goes on to the question that I'm about to ask. You know, what made you think, okay, I want to become a YouTuber? This is what I want to do. What made you think that one thing to do? Because the YouTube space is really hard to get into. But what made you think, this is what I want to do?
Okay, so initially when I got started with YouTube, I didn't have the idea, hey, I'm gonna be big, I'm gonna be famous, I'm gonna make, you know, this my job or anything like that. It was actually part of frustration that I started making videos. I had this game called Knights and Dragons that I played, and it was a fun game and all, but I had some friends who invited me to play the game. I ended up surpassing them in what level I was, and they kept asking me, how do you do this, how do you do that? I was like, you know, I don't feel like repeating every single question over and over. So eventually I ended up making a tutorial video, like 2 or 3 of them. I was like, just watch that over and over to get your questions answered. And then I kind of quit the game, or my friends quit the game. I kind of still was playing the game, and then I received a comment from a guy named, I think, Dreams, and he said, when is your next video gonna be? And I was like, wait, is this guy like one of my friends? Is he like trolling me, or what's going on with this? And turns out it was someone that I didn't know, and he just really wanted to see new videos, and I basically went on from there. So yeah, that's the big story, how I got started.
That is awesome. You know, like, it's amazing to see how many videos you've made and just the impact it has made in the world, especially with Pokemon Go constantly changing. And you could literally clearly see how, you know, it has expanded your channel. But on top of that, you create amazing content, which I'd love for you to explain to us, you know, the creative process in this. Like, how do you film it? Where do you film it? What do you do? Like, how's your daily, like, set? Like, when you're like, okay, in the morning, this is what I'm going to do. How do you plan for it?
Yeah. So half of everything comes like, hey, got an idea, let's make it. Literally, that's it. But there's this list of ideas that I always have. If I ever get an idea, if I ever get an idea, I write it down instantly because I know I'm gonna forget about it. It's just like, there's always this great idea that you got, and then you're like, oh, I'll probably remember it later, but you won't. You always forget it. So I made it a very important habit of mine to actually just write down everything that I think of, and based on that I'll just, you know, make a video on that. Or if I'm like, I don't know what video I need to make for today or whatever, I'll just pick something from the list that's most relevant at the time, and I just go from there.
That's amazing. And you know, you constantly have been posting videos about, you know, like how to do this or how to find this or how to level up. You know, you have amazing videos with amazing tips that I think a lot of people should be watching currently, because you know, Pokemon Go is constantly changing. We're constantly getting new players. We're constantly, you know, having people come into the community as it is. So with Pokemon Go being probably one of the most exciting games that it currently is right now, it not only has helped, you know, boost yourself as a YouTuber in the sense that you're creating great content for it, but it's a really good game in the sense that it's still work in progress. So what are your thoughts on where Pokemon Go currently is, and where do you see that going on later on in the future? Where would you like to see it happen? What features would you like to see come with Pokemon Go as time progresses?
So the funny thing is, the way that I see Pokemon Go is honestly just still in the baby steps, just like Pokemon was whenever Pokemon Red and Blue got increased. Like, look at where it is right now, 20 years down the road. I think Pokemon Go is still very much incomplete. And I think that's the interesting part at the same time as well, because there's still so many new features that are going to be added to the game. And I just really love, like, I wake up, I'm married to Pokemon Go. Like, I literally, the first thing I check is my local gym next to my house, is it taken over? That's the first thing that I do the moment I wake up, right? So the moment that the feeling goes away, I think my interest of Pokemon Go will go away, but I don't think that will actually happen in the near future at all. I think Generation 2, Generation 3 still needs to come around the corner. Around Generation 3 as a kid, I kind of lost interest in the Pokemon series as a whole, but I kind of got back into it. So I'm just really curious, because we have had 2 recent updates. We had the appraisal system and the buddy system. Came out of nowhere, and I thought it was really cool. And it really makes me curious to see what's going to be happening into the future.
So in case you guys don't know, but we recently just tweeted out that Pokemon Go, the new update, which is the buddy system, it just came out now on iOS and Android. So in case you're still watching the stream, you know, make sure to download that at some point today. It's exciting new features that Niantic has been working on, so make sure to get to that. So as a YouTuber now, where do you see your content going from here, from where you are right now, towards the future? Where do you want your content to go to?
I don't know. Like, just like, where do I want it to go? Wherever floats my boat. That's honestly like, I live day by day. I don't have a set time. I don't have like any set plans. I do have plans, but like long term, I'm saying 1-2 years from now, I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Right.
Maybe I'll lose interest. Maybe I'll keep on playing. But I do have like a Pokemon Go World Tour planned, because I obviously want to get every single exclusive in the game. So I need to go to Japan. I need to go to Australia and the States, because I'm based in Europe, so I only have Mr. Mime around here. So that is, if you're talking about like later down the road, that is going to be the first thing that I'm aiming for. Like, I'm really preparing for that trip.
That is amazing. Yeah, no, it seems really good. So, Pokemon has had a great impact, at least in our lives and my childhood personally. So, what is the first Pokemon game you've ever played, and what made you so intrigued with Pokemon and now Pokemon Go?
Pokemon Blue. Yeah, Pokemon Blue, or I'm an OG, like from the get-go. Pokemon got released in my country, and it was immediately a boom, like just bam, it just exploded as if it was nothing, right? And you honestly couldn't get around as a little kid in elementary school. You could not get around Pokemon. It was the thing. If you didn't like it, nobody liked you. But it was such a cool thing. The idea of, like, I literally had dreams as a kid of being a Pokemon trainer. I would wake up and I was like so disappointed, The idea of raising your own pet, buddy, whatever we want to call it.
Yeah.
And that's why the buddy system is so cool, by the way, now. But the idea of catching a Pokemon, training them up, the whole RPG element of getting stronger, becoming the very best, all of those catchphrases kind of like blend in really awesomely together. And that's like the impact that it had for me for a long time.
That is awesome. So yeah, in correlation to that, where did you find really interest in Pokemon Go? What made you think, like, let's start playing this? Is it because of the whole Pokemon kind of just like feel to it, or what just made you like, this is kind of like the closest thing to what we'll get to into getting Pokemon in the real world? Like, where did you find yourself finding interest in it?
The one thing that I like about Pokemon was the training aspect, and then battling the other player to defeat them in a certain way, or to just beat them all together. Like, I gained self-satisfaction out of that as a little kid. Then of course linking with the long cable came, and you had those refrigerator Game Boys next to each other. You were all playing like at school and stuff. Like, that was the coolest thing ever. So you make friends because of that as well. So the same thing with Pokemon Go at the same time as well. You're making friends because you're playing Pokemon Go. You're connecting and talking to each other. It's different now, but the whole, the core essence of it is still very much the same.
Yes, it is. And, it really is, like, I've seen with Pokemon Go, at least with Pokemon when I was still in school, like, a lot of people had, at the time, they had their Game Boy Advance, or they had, their DSs at the time, and it was a very, like, what I always liked about Pokemon was the whole community feel to it. Everyone was like, oh, you're playing Pokemon, oh, what Pokemon you have. So it's really cool, because now we're seeing people, interact with each other more than often now, just by one game, which is Pokemon Go. So how do you feel about this being now something that a lot of people are playing and the whole community feel to it in your region?
I think it's awesome. I actually host a lot of lure parties, as in I purchase lures to actually place them around. And you literally see people you've never met before coming and just hanging out. And the first question is always what team you're on. And I think that strikes a really awesome and interesting conversation. From team, it goes to Pokemon. For Pokemon, it goes to real life. From real life, you actually become friends. And then some really cool friendships, are built around that. And it's so cool to see that so many people from different backgrounds, different, things that they have experienced come together just because we all share something in the past. And even this applies to newer generations as well. I mean, I got kids. And the cool thing is, like, I can actually teach them about the old generation now, because they do. Like, recently I had this little boy. He had this really yellow jacket on, and he was like, "What is Mewtwo?" And I was like, "You have so much to learn." So yeah, that's like the coolest thing ever, right? So yeah, I just love the fact that so many generation people are coming together with Pokemon.
Exactly. So everyone's eagerly waiting. Today we just got the update finally that everyone's waiting about the buddy system and whatnot, but everyone's still waiting on a new tracking system, which Niantic has been working on, and they're still currently working on it, because clearly we didn't get it with this update. But what do you feel about the 3-step tracker, the one that we had before, and what do you feel about the new one? Are you okay with it? Where do you stand on this?
You know, like a lot of people who are playing right now that started recently won't know the 1, 2, 3 step tracker, where it would actually display the steps. Apparently it was some technical issue, but that tracker, in my personal opinion, already worked good. The new tracker system, I think, is great, but I don't think it's like a whole lot different than Pokevision, to be honest. Like whenever Pokevision got taken down, yeah, it's like this Pokevision is this website where you are able to see where the Pokemon are detected at the exact location. I don't think it should be like that, so I think the enhanced tracker system that they currently have released in San Francisco is really great. But what is taking them so long, honestly?
Yeah, I guess because they're just trying to perfect it. I think one thing that I personally have a problem with is that with the 3-step tracker, at least it told you more or less like, okay, you're getting close to it, you're kind of far away from it. But one thing that I personally don't like about the new tracker is kind of just like some of the Pokemon are now being attached to Pokestops. And it's kind of just like, I don't like that I mean, I don't mind it, but I kind of want to have something that tells me, okay, this is where you're currently at, and this is how close you are to that. But that's how I look at it. So speaking of which, what tools have you used to catch Pokemon now that we currently don't have a new tracker? What is something that you're currently using?
My tools. I use Poke Assistant to check my IVs, and that's literally all there is to it. I just recently did find out about the tracker. There was this developer that reached out to me, and it's called PokeVS. It is like the fastest tracker out there. But if I'm gonna be entirely honest, when it comes down to tracking and such, I feel that I prefer the older tracker more. And that's because if you compare it to actual Pokemon, the game itself, you honestly just don't know where the Pokemon are. So I think that is the kind of the mystery which made Pokemon so magical back then. That you were really searching for those Pokemon and you knew your friends had them and you're like, where do you catch them? So that is also an aspect that I consider. So there's a lot of, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of, I feel it's more of a personal matter, if anything.
Yeah, totally understand. So currently, Pokemon Go, how many Pokemon have you caught in your Pokédex? Because a lot of people are asking, how are you at level 34, 35? They're just so high up. So how many Pokemon have you caught?
142.
Oh my god. That was
Yeah.
down. That was down. Wow, that's amazing. I had a lot of people tell me, make sure to ask him. So you are on Team Mystic. So what made you decide, let's go Team Mystic?
It actually was on stream. I know this, I still remember this. I had no, like, when I started with Pokemon Go, all of my gyms around the area were all gray still. So literally nobody was level 5 yet in my local environment. In the city it was a little bit different, but I'm living kind of in the outskirts of sorts. Nobody was level 5 yet. So I was streaming at the time. And at the time, I knew about the gyms. And I was like, oh, the first thing I'll need to do is go to level 5. So I need to catch some Pokemon stuff. At that time, I didn't know you could turn AR off, by the way, which was funny. But the reason why I chose Team Mystic is literally the description it gave me. It showed the teams, the colors, the Pokemon that represented it. Dark blue is my favorite color. That's the one. Mystic is a cool word, I feel. Valor and Instinct didn't really strike with me, and the definition behind it didn't really matter much to me. And then it was Articuno, which was my favorite, so it was a really easy choice for me.
That's good. So, with the imminent launch of Pokemon Sun and Moon, what copy are you most likely to buy?
Pokemon Sun, because I really like the lion.
Yeah.
I'm not really. I think it's funny, by the way. I just don't really. The Pokemon these days are just silly to me. The new ones that are being
They're
released.
very cutesy. Yeah, no, for sure. They're pretty cutesy. At times I'm like,
I mean, Executor with the long neck. I just thought that's just hilarious. But yeah, I just because of Pokemon Go, I'm picking up a version of Pokemon Sun and Moon myself. So yeah.
That is awesome. So will that be something that you'll be covering in your next videos?
I've been considering that, honestly, yeah. There's been a lot of people who've been asking me to cover that. I'm not sure if I'll do that as a side project or maybe during a stream. But if there's enough people who want me to cover it, then I will.
Well, there you go. So you guys, you better ask for them. So we're going to open the questions to the floor now, and we have a couple questions. This one comes from Pokemon Go Tip. How can you level up quick without spending money? What is something that you can suggest?
Yeah. So, biggest suggestion here is save up your Caterpies, your Pidgeys, and your Weedles. Then what you want to do is you want to try to take down gyms, and if you've taken out 8 gyms in total, you can get 80 coins. You can also do like 4 gyms or 2 gyms, and then every 4 days. Then use your lucky egg, like buy a lucky egg from the store and just evolve everything at the same time within the half an hour mark. Just make sure that you got more evolutions than you can actually do it within half the hour, so that way you actually get the most out of it. And then on top of that, you can also try to hatch your eggs at the same time as well, because that also really helps.
That's really good tip. Jeremy Anderson is asking, when do you think they'll have Generation 2 added onto Pokemon Go? By the way, nothing is confirmed.
I would say
so,
it's I don't. Sorry again.
No, yeah, just mentioning that isn't confirmed yet. Like,
oh yeah, it's not confirmed yet.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, if it's confirmed, you'll hear it first on the channel. But I would say around December. And the reason for that is holidays. I think that would be the smartest move for Niantic to make. But then again, I am honestly just not sure if the game is ready for it. I know for a fact it's gonna get a lot of hype again. I just hope they do it this year somewhere down the road, because I feel it's getting kind of necessary now.
Yeah. So with, like something that we're getting as of like this week, did you ever pre-order the Pokemon Go Plus?
Yes, I pre-ordered it on day 1. Yes, and I'm getting it on day 1. I'm actually in contact with the local game store, so they were reserving one for me.
That's awesome. So we have about 70 people on right now. So welcome to everyone who's currently watching. So continue to send all your questions in. We have a question from Kasu. They're asking, what Eevee Evolution is your favorite from all generations?
All generations. I think in term, I would say, I just gotta go with Umbreon. Just gotta have to be, yeah, Umbreon, yeah, for sure. I think it's so cool. I just love dark types in general. Just dark types are my favorite, honestly.
Well, okay, this is another question that they're asking. Okay, where do you think Ditto will be released at? I think Latin America, that's what they're saying. Valor John is saying that. Where do you think Ditto will be?
Yeah, I think it's just, I don't know, honestly. I just feel, I feel that Niantic is I'm not sure. It's really, I think Ditto is going to be just a world exclusive, just for everybody in the globe. I feel. I don't think they should release Ditto at this. I don't think it's smart to release Ditto somewhere else where people cannot get it. Like, I think that'd be really bad for Niantic. Now, if there were Generation 2, I could imagine people releasing another Pokemon in that area, just like they did with Taurus, Kangaskhan, Farfetch'd, and Mr. Mime. But I don't think it's smart to do that right now. So I don't think they will. I think they know that at the same time as well.
So do you think, talking about the, those type of Pokemon that are region exclusive, where do you find yourself in that stand? Like, do you think we'll at some point get like an event where we'll be able to get some of these, or do you think Niantic will take the route of no, that's where you'll find them and that's where you have to go to find them?
Well, it's funny that you asked that, because I think Niantic was kind of like a hypocrite towards themselves, because they have mentioned at some point that they wanted to have the Pokemon accessible to everybody, and then they end up releasing regional exclusives, so they're kind of like contradicting themselves there. Yeah. So I honestly, I don't know. I just, I don't think it would be, I hope they don't, at least, because then for me, if I travel, that'd be cool. But for other people, I think they should. I think they should, honestly.
Yeah. So, what would you like to see added onto Pokemon Go? Would you like to have a Team Rocket somewhere?
Sorry, can you ask that again?
So they're asking, what team would you like to be added onto Pokemon Go? Possibly Team Rocket?
Team Harambe. No,
oh
I'm
my
kidding.
God.
I didn't. I don't know. Yeah, Team Rocket would be cool. Yeah, sure, Team Rocket.
So where do you stand on GPS spoofers and anyone who uses any hacking clients? Where do you stand on that? People who do it.
I'm completely against it. And I always advise people to not do it at all. Like in my local environment, some of my friends actually did it themselves. And you know, it's just I just don't like if you're gonna spoof or hack at Pokemon Go, you might as well just go play a walking simulator because that's the exact same thing. Like if you I don't know, like it's of course because people want to become a bit better at Pokemon Go and they want to show off and stuff, because I've seen it happening around here where people are like, hey, I evolved the Pokemon. But where's the fun in it for yourself? That's what I wonder. Like, I feel Pokemon Go has a really great potential for longevity. I think you're killing the longevity for yourself by going actively spoofing in a game like Pokemon Go.
Yes. So they're asking, this is from Zeki, he's asking, what should I do? Should I stand next to triple lures or walk around hatching eggs? I'm level 20, by the way. So the main question is, should I stand next to triple lures or walk around hatching eggs?
Well, I would do a combination of both, honestly. Like, I feel that's the more fun way to play. The benefit about lures is you get to know other people. You get to, you know, socialize a little bit more. The fun thing with hatching eggs and everything is just the element of surprise of getting that Pokemon is always so cool. And you get kilometers as well for your buddy now. So there's an extra incentive to actually go around and walk.
Yeah. So, if anyone else on the room has any more questions to ask Reversal, please send them in now. So, they're asking, is it impossible to play if you live in the middle of nowhere and you can only play on Wi-Fi? Because, you know, there's a lot of regions that currently don't even have Pokestops. So, how do they go by playing?
Yeah, so to answer the Wi-Fi question first, you should honestly play on data. Like, I just kind of hate to break it here, but I think Pokemon Go is like go outside and play. That's what I feel. Yeah, but rural areas, I think we're talking about here most specifically. First, my condolences, because I've been in a rural area. It's pretty terrible. It is rumored that it is better with incense to walk around there or just go by bike, so you can always try that as an alternative. But Niantic should really, like, I think alongside with the tracker system, I think the rural area issue is one of the biggest ones out there at the same time as well. So they should really do something about that.
Yeah. And is there one feature that you'd like to see in Pokemon Go?
I think it would be cool, like, to have daily quest or something like that. So, like, claim X amount of Pokestops, catch X amount of Pidgey or Rattata, Pokemon that are there very frequently.
Yes.
Take over a gym, level up a gym, like get like rewards based off that. I don't think that'd be a bad idea. I think it would encourage people to do daily rewards and just play Pokemon Go like more often, I guess.
Exactly, just to keep it fresh and rolling, because, you know, like, personally, we don't necessarily have so much interaction with our team leaders or even Professor Willow, other than, you know, the appraisal system or just trading our Pokemon. But if there's something that we can interact with them in the sense that, like, okay, you know, this weekend, if you catch X amount of Pokemon, we'll get you X amount of, I don't know, like candy or whatever, just something like that that can bring us into, or maybe even Pokepoints. Because a lot of people are saying, you know, I don't want to spend necessarily money, but maybe they can find a way to kind of just bring this into the game. But I totally agree. So thank you so much for joining us this week. It was a pleasure having you on. So if you guys have not subscribed to Reversal's YouTube channel, we're going to be putting the links right before we end the stream. So thank you so much for joining us.
No problem. Thank you so much for having me. Once again, thank you for reaching out. Thank you for Shindig to actually host this stream at the same time as well. So yeah.
Thank you so much.